Hello Stampers, this is super awesome Stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sunbury, Wisconsin, USA. Hey, I am fresh off of 3 days of having a gigantic retired Stampin' Up! Sale. And we're going to tour the garage when we're done if we've got time, because I can personally shop for you from the stamps and other items that might be easily mailed to you. So we'll take care of that way at the end of this video. So for now, I am going to see if anybody is watching me live and can add a comment or give me a shout out so that I can see that I'm going live in the right place. Oh, Tracy reacted to my great, you did a reaction. Okay, so I am opened up and I can see my comments as they roll in. So again, I'm super awesome Stamper Shirley, and we are going to make some flipped triangle cards today. So it features the homemade sweetness pattern paper, and I no longer have full sheets of the jars, but if you purchased a kit from me, you should get your paper or your fussy cutting scissors out, your paper snips, and start cutting apart your jars. Hopefully you did it beforehand, but that's your homework while I am chatting for a minute or two and wait until people come on live before we get to the demonstration part. So your kit featured four pieces of the homemade sweetness pattern paper. This is what I have left. Oh, I have a full one of the jars. Let's just pull this all out and show everybody what's in this one. It's a brand new paper. We've got checked and white flowers, daisies on one side. The ladybugs are so cute for picnic cards. If you're doing a picnic this summer and want to send it invitations. Opposite side is the gingham. We've got the spoons, which you could certainly fussy cut all those out or cut in strips. No, you probably couldn't cut a straight line there, because I bet you the spoons dip into each other. Oh, if you're careful, you might be able to cut a straight line if you want just a strip of spoons on a card. Opposite side are little tiny hearts. Light pink background with real red hearts. Like that very much. So if you don't like the spoons, you can use the hearts on some Valentine's cards. Showed you those two already. And the fruit, it's got just a blue tone on the other side. And then on the back of the jars, the large jars, is, I don't know what you call this, modeling, molting. It's a pattern I don't think we've ever had before. It kind of looks like the sponge ragging, you know, maybe you would do with paint that was popular years ago. Maybe people still do it on their walls. So let me get the paper out of the way and come back to you. You also got some strips of the new embellishments. So one was the garden epoxy dots, and one was the strawberry in dots. And yeah, so let's get started. Again, if you purchase a kit from me, hopefully you're fussy cutting your jars apart. Mine are already fussy cut because I do these convenient little ready to go kits when I do a live. All right, so I package usually your supplies in these cello bags to protect them from damage during shipping mostly. And you'll have full strips, but I'm working with strips that are already used of the embellishments. And again, I did not fussy cut your little jars, so you're going to have to do that. I'm going to set some of this stuff aside. We are going to, oh, and I already cut my paper apart, but I will cut some pattern paper with you. All right, you will have a piece of, I made it included enough to make 3 cards in the crushed curry base. And if anybody wants to add a comment so that I can see the comments pop up, that would be great. Just a hello, where you're from was awesome. So it's just a standard inside at 4 1/4 and 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Sorry, my brain is a little frazzled because I'm coming off that 3-day garage sale, retired stamp sale. Okay, and then you will have some scrap. So look for your scrap. So locate your big piece first. Those big pieces are meant for the inside of your card. And then there might be some smaller pieces for your sentiment. All right. And then you will have, let me grab a full piece of the pattern paper. you'll have 4 pieces of the pattern paper uncut. I can kind of show you where we're going here. We need to cut those triangles down. Oh, Susan says hello from Texas. Hi, Susan. Oh, Laura Lee is telling her friend that she already has that adorable paper. It is fun paper. And Missy says hello, everyone. Thank you for adding some comments so I know I'm in the right spot and I can read your comments as we go along. All right, so we're gonna first cut our card base, and my card bases are typically already scored for you. You're going to grab your paper trimmer. Hopefully you got that cue with the paper trimmer already sitting here. You're going to locate your cutting blade and keep your scoring blade off to one side. And then I am going to pull up my actually handy dandy PDF. So if you purchased a kit from me, you would have received an emailed PDF with this of a tutorial of this technique, and then there'll be 19 other samples in this technique featuring all of our fabulous products. So I'm just going to pull it up because I am a bit frazzled from the retired sale I was having. All right, so I got a visual here. All right, so what you want to do is I work with my paper trimmer with the wide base on the right for this card, and what you're going to do is line up the points. Let's see, can we see that in the screen? I think so. I think I backed all the way out. Let me move this up a little bit. Line up the point down here, down where my finger is, bottom left hand side. There we go. Now we can get it in the screen. And then slide it at a diagonal in the upper right hand corner. So bottom left hand corner is in your cutting track, and your top right hand corner is in your cutting track. So I might have to do a little bit of zhuzhing here to make sure it doesn't move on me. And then what you're going to do is cut to the point. Now I say cut to the point because if you cut from the point in, you might crush your point. So go about where you think your score is. And Stampin' Up has got this little score mark on the side here, so that might help you. And just pull up and see if you cut far enough. I did not. I'm continually holding my card stock down. And, oh, there, my blade kind of popped a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to zhuzh a little more until I get to the score mark. Tiny hair more. Okay. All right, now we're going to flip to the other side. Bottom right hand corner in the cutting track and top left hand corner in the cutting track. So there's only one measurement on this card, and that's on the pattern paper. And again, I'm going to make sure I didn't move anything. I'm going to start in the center. Oh, yep, it moved a little bit on me. I think that's right. I'm going to start in the center, but on the above the score line, if that makes sense, and run to the point. And then I know I can see I'm not all the way meeting all the way there. And I am not going to chance it with putting that back in the scoring track, but at this side I didn't cut quite right. Usually you can just pull that triangle off. There. Okay, now we got that done. We got this triangle. And what's going to happen with that triangle is that triangle gets attached here to the top side. So did you see that? Here's where you cut off your triangle, and then flip your flaps open, and then just slide your triangle up. And we're going to add adhesive on these areas of the triangle to adhere to the card base. Now, before we add our adhesive, I want you to put your triangle above the score line. If you put it on the score line or below the score line, you're not going to be able to close the card. Now, look at your card. I'm going to get a piece of cardstock here. Look at your card. Does your point hang over the edge of the card? And if it does, it may or may not fit in your envelope, or it may or may not drive you crazy. So this would drive me crazy even though I would mail this card to somebody. So it's hanging over just a tiny bit. So in my demo kit, I had this really thin piece of paper to remind you, you might have to cut off a little bit of your triangle, and it does matter which side of the triangle you are going to cut off, because this is how the triangle is attached to the card base. But if you try to attach it on one of the other sides, it's not going to work. It's not going to look right. It's going to be overhanging super bad. It only goes on there one way. This is not the right way either. See that? Okay, and then flip it back. That's the way we want. But I know mine's going to hang over a little bit, so this is the side that I'm going to cut just a sliver off of. And it's just this small sliver, if you can see that. Okay. So for me, I'm just pushing my crushed curry to cover up this dark gray part of the plastic so it meets the measuring guide. And that's what I'm going to slice off, hold this down, make sure the card doesn't move on me. And so it's a little thicker than the one I cut off, but totally worked for me. Okay, so there's the cardstock that's cut. And next we're going to cut our pattern paper. All right, and we need to make a mark. So I suggest a pencil mark, because if you mark the wrong side, with a pen, you're going to see the pen mark on your pattern paper. You don't want to do that. All right, so we use all 3 pieces of the pattern paper that we cut. So you need to decide which pattern you want facing up. Does it matter or not? Is it directional or not? So this is what, if you want the spoons to show, the spoons would be like this, and then the bottom right, just flipped over on the right, bottom right, flipped over on the right. So for the spoon / heart one, it will matter how you cut it, I'm pretty sure, because it's directional. This one doesn't matter. So I would first pick a pattern in your pack that does not have directions. So you can do the first one without worrying about which direction you're going to be cutting your pattern paper. Okay. All right. Oh, now let me move I moved the comments off my screen so I can't see if anybody has any comments. I think so. All right. I don't think anybody has any questions so far, so let's move along. I'm gonna do my pencil mark on this side, because you're not gonna be able to see it on that blue side. So your pencil mark is 2 3/8 inch from the left side. And that's exactly half of the length. So 1, 2, 3, that's 2.5 is too much. We want 1 tick back at the third, 3. Okay, so I don't know if you can see there or not, but there's my tick mark. And then what we do is, it's kind of the same thing, but, there's always a but. Cut from the top center mark to the bottom left point. Okay, I'm centering that mark into the cutting track, bottom left point. Okay, put that out of the way. And then same thing, just move your paper over a little bit to the left, bottom right point in your cutting track, and pencil mark right there. Okay, now you can set your paper trimmer aside, because we're just going to assemble one card. Or while I'm talking here, you can do all your cutting at once. Okay, I'm going to set my paper trimmer aside, be right back. All right, now, okay, now if you messed up all your triangles, just figure out which way it goes. Not that way either. I can see it just looks funny. There's a smaller triangle over there than there. Goes this way. And let's see, do I want the red up? That check is a lot. And this is an isosceles triangle, so your pattern paper only fits one way. Doesn't fit any other way. Okay. So we're gonna do the blue. Oh, and these tape runners, when they sit for a bit, they kind of go backwards a little bit. There. Nope. Nope. All right. So I got my Tombow liquid glue here. We're going to do that instead. Okay, and it needs to go, nope. This. Okay, now you're going to attach it to your card base. You're going to put a little bit of glue right here. Just right here. And you can kind of eyeball it. You can kind of put things as a fence. There's a fence on one side, there's a fence on the other. You need to put glue between the score line and my two fences. Okay. Now, make sure I'm attaching it the right way. And between the score line and the triangles is where I'm positioning this, not on the score line or on this side of the score line, above the score line. Otherwise your card is not going to shut. And there. So since I cut off just a tiny smidge, see my point doesn't overhang. And I like that very much. If you're going to make a point, it needs to be crisp, all right? Okay. Cindy says she's watching from Monterey. Monterey, what state and or country is that? I'm going to say California, but there could be Montereys all over the world. Okay, and then, again, your triangles are only going to fit one way. And this kind of forces you to have opposite patterns. You can't have the same pattern up unless you cut two sheets of the same pattern and then just put one pattern on one card and one pattern on the other. I'm just eyeballing top to bottom, left to right. Okay, there's that. Now we got the inside. I opted to add the 2 honey jars, so I'm a honeybee keeper. I keep 2 Lance horizontal hives. I have 3 Lance hives actually, but one doesn't usually have a colony in it. It's not an insulated hive, and the bees don't particularly like that one because it's not as insulated as the other 2. But that's another story and another YouTube channel that I have. I have a honeybee keeping YouTube channel and I have a paper crafting channel. How fun is that? All right, so before I attach this stuff down, I'm going to attach my card because I like symmetry. And if I try to attach this are my embellishments, you know, on a card, the inside of the card that wasn't attached to the card base, I'd probably get them all wrong and not in the triangles that were created there. So let me see. I think I want to do some stamping before. Now, I'm going to do a little mini catalog tour and unboxing, but with you. So this is one of the things that I got that's brand spanking new. These are our new stamp cases. They're stamp sleeves. I don't know what else anybody else is calling them, but so they're thinner than our traditional cases. Let me get a traditional case. These are our traditional cases, or the cases that we've been using most currently. You could fit 2 of the envelopes in the space of one of our cases. Now, they're taller, so people that have fixed shelving, they may have to figure out a different solution or change their shelving height or store them on their side. But yeah, a huge space saver. I like that. The jury will be out whether or not I like these envelopes because I actually, oh, they redesigned the envelopes. So now there's just a tuck and a flap. Oh, I like that even better. Our previous version of the envelopes that the framelit came in, they were hard to retuck. They were very secure when they were tucked, but they were a little bit hard to get retucked without ripping the envelope, I felt. Okay, so here are our stamps. Look at that. So we are going to stamp, what are my choices here? Do I have a thinking of you? Thank you for being there for me. Have a good day. Thank you. Your kindness means so much. Wishing you a day of relaxation, happiness, and love. I like that one. You're a blessing to me. I'm going to do a thinking of you. That way I have 3 things to cut out. And it's right here. And normally you'd condition your stamps, so let's maybe do that. I think I saw this on the clearance rack. Oh, I keep on calling it clearance rack, but the last chance list. So these cleaning things last forever. I have a few actually because I used to have classes, but yeah, maybe they weren't selling a lot. But I would clean your stamps before you ink the first time. It'll just help to ensure that you have a good transfer of the ink to the paper. So I have the crushed curry ink pad. And what we're going to do is, my crushed curry is not the prettiest. Crushed curry is one of those highly pigmented inks where the ink pad does not stay pristine like you purchased it because the ink formula is changing. I am going to get a thinner strip. I can save those larger strips for something else. But it still inks fine, even though the ink pad doesn't look the best. And for this card, my sample card, I used the Notes and Totes stamp set, but I don't know where that is right now. Oh, I was going to put something inside. Let's see. I got ahead of myself. Is there anything thinking of you? I don't have... Yeah, I'm not going to put anything inside. I thought I was, but nope, not going to happen. Okay. Anybody has a questions? I kind of keep an eye on the comments. To see if you have any questions. So I'm going to do a new product tour for you. Not really an unboxing because I already unboxed it, I realized. For some reason, I didn't think I unboxed anything, so I could have actually ripped the packing tape open and unboxed it that way, but nope, I had already taken stuff out. Okay, so I got this cut, but I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to pop this jar up because your little embellishments are a little bit thick. They're still thin enough to mail, but these strawberries and the pinks, they're like a soft foamy. They're kind of fun. I don't think we've had anything like that before. If we have, I haven't purchased them before. So we got the lemon there. And we have the bees there. I've got, what do I want? Lemon and raspberry, I think. That's a good combination. I love raspberries. California. All right. So I'm going to put my ruler over this. So my triangles are forced down and just trying to center them in the triangle's white spaces. Okay. Then you'll have these for your next card. I think there's 4 sets of, I think there's 4 different sets of the little ones. The honey, blackberry, raspberry, strawberry, and orange. There's 5. You might be getting a mixed berry one too. I can't remember because the mixed berry was cut off on the right side of the pattern paper, so I'm not sure if I included a mixed berry 2 set in everybody's kit. Might have just gotten that one that's inside the pattern. Okay, just a note. Thinking of you. We're gonna fussy cut that. And I kind of like to show fussy cutting every once in a while because you don't need a framelit. Years ago, we never had a framelit. We had basic punches and we fussy cut everything out. And we used to fussy cut everything out so we could mat our words. Remember doing that? I could do that today, but maybe the next time I'll do that, and fussy cutting with a fussy cut mat behind it. I also wanted to show that if you have a longer, well, if you have a 2-line stamp, fussy cutting is a good technique to make the 2 lines into 1 line. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave that joined because it's not really a symmetrical stamp like this was just a note. It's kind of symmetrical. Thinking of U is far to the left and the U is on the right. So if I put the of in the center, it kind of looks lopsided. All right, where are my dimensionals going? They are pink. And I'm just going to try to get a full one under where I can. Okay. All right, is anybody following along and making their cards? I am a canner, so hot water bath canning. I do tomatoes. I do sauerkraut. I have done preserves before, although I can't have that much sugar anymore, so I don't do strawberries and blueberries and raspberries anymore. I just get raspberries and put them in the freezer, and that's enough natural sugar for me. What else do I can? Pickles. I love a good dill pickle. We do dilly beans. And what else do we can? Yeah, it's always great to have that on the shelf. All right, I think I'm going to try to use, so these, where did I put those? You just got a strip, so you got multicolors. Here we go. And I do have 2 of the same color, but I think I tried that and I didn't like the different shapes. So solid color versus the daisy under the epoxy. These are the garden epoxy dots. Let's see if I can put one somewhere and I would be okay with that. Great thing about our self-adhesive embellishments is you can take it to your card and decide what you want to do. I actually kind of like this color. It's I don't think colors are on this package. Let's see here. They'd be listed online or maybe in the catalog, but this looks like a flirty flamingo to me, but once we put it on the blue, it gets a little darker, so we're going to use that. And just put it down at the bottom here, like that. 3 things: words, jar, and a dot. Yep, and it actually looks like the color there once it's right next to the blue. So something a little different. This one over here, I used 2 of the spongy circles and the strawberries right there. So there are your cards. Again, if you purchased the kits from me, you would have received an email PDF tutorial with all of the supplies and measurements to create your card. Plus, I have 18 other demonstrators in that group, and they submit their contributions to that technique. So they make the same card, but using their supplies they have on hand. So you get to see a lot of variation, and it'll help you think, oh, I can make more of these cards with this. You might have some of the supplies that some of the demonstrators have that are showcased in that tutorial, and I'm going to show you that hopefully in a second here. I'm just cleaning off. Any questions about the card kit? Let's see here. Let's see if I can scroll down. Comments. Okay. And let me get these little backer sheets out of the way, because y'all know they get stuck to your shoes and then you find them all over the house. All right, let's open this up. Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I should have got my machine over here. We could have played a little bit. Oh, wow. Look at that. Here, I thought they were going to be all small based on the images, but not. So it does coordinate. This is sold as a bundle. The scallop blooms and the scallop blooms dies. So you can scallop. Oh, I really like these. They have stitching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sizes. Every other size has stitching. Oh, this is going to make really nice layered cards. And then some tags as well. So my guess is they designed the stamps to fit in the tags. Look at that. Where's the stamps? Yep, happy birthday's going to fit in that one. This is going to fit in that one. I bet you the scallop one will fit in the larger ones. This one, and I think that's a little too small for happy birthday, but this one, yeah, this one's a nice one. Love it. These are probably the centers for the scallops. All right, so let me try to put this back how it was, so I don't lose anything before I get to use it. And then we're going to tour some other things here. How does this go? So they no longer print the set on the envelope either, which is fine. I actually store these like this. Even the other framelits I would store this way. So I'd show the framelit up. It would be facing up. But on the opposite side, I would face this up, because then I can see that there's 14 in this set. So when I put it away, I do a count to make sure that they're all there. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to prep you for my garage sale tour walkthrough. Now what's going to happen with that is I got to clean that stamp. Let's just do that together. What's going to happen is once I get my stuff done here in the office, we are going to go and do a garage sale tour. So what I will do is I will take photos of the spines of the stamp sets and the framelits and post those into my private Facebook group. And that's probably the easiest way easiest way for me to do that. But I also can put them in a Google Photos group. But we're on Facebook, so I think maybe we should just do it all Facebook-wise, right? I think I'd feel more comfortable if I put this on the back, actually on the front. Oh, look at that. Oh, and I put it in the wrong way. Is that the right way? Oh, no. What way is it? It should. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, well, this way. They all line up. Stampin' Up. Seriously, the designers, they think of everything. They look at all the angles and figure it out for us. That makes it simple. There, you can totally see what's supposed to be in here, and that's going to be on my front here. I'd feel more comfortable if I could see it. If I put it in between the paper, I can't see it. Make me nervous that I didn't put it back in the case. So that's the new casing system. All right, we are going to show you some products here. And let's see here. Yeah, let's talk about some products before we go to the computer. All right, my first product is the new In Colors. I see I missed one. I think it's because it wasn't really a hue that I would care for, but I don't know why I just didn't get it, because I can use it somewhere. It's the crisp cantaloupe, but that I didn't get, unless I already put it somewhere else and I can't find it. But these were all in the same place, so I think I just didn't order crisp cantaloupe. Golden Glow is one of the new In Colors. Hydrangea Hue. It's the color of hydrangeas. I was gonna say if you don't add the acid, but I have a hydrangea that soaks up the acid so bad that I usually have pink hydrangeas and not blue ones. Barely Blush. That is a really nice pink, and I don't really like pink. It's more a warm tone pink. Peaceful Pine is brighter or darker than Shaded Spruce and has a warm tone to it. So these are all kind of warm tones. Complement nice. So that's the new in colors plus crisp cantaloupe. Like I said, I didn't get that one or can't find it. And we've got some embellishments to show you. So as demonstrators, we can pre-order these items. So that's why you see demonstrators showcasing these products. Let's see. We've got flowers there, epoxy dots, clear epoxy dots, butterflies. Yep, a whole bunch of embellishments. All right, and then I wanted to showcase the product of the month. So I think January of this year was our first installment. Penny says, cute cards. Thank you, Penny. And Penny, I can't remember if you got a kit or not, but hopefully you crafted along. I think you did. It's been a crazy week of me setting up that garage sale. So, product of the month. This was the product of the month. I don't know if these are still available, but product of the month is you spend $75 and you get to purchase a item for $5. And you can only purchase once, I think. That I'm not sure. But yeah, so this was 1 month, a stamp set. They've had two paper offerings. So this was Painted Illusions. I'm not sure if this one's still up there, but it is 6 sheets of, no, it's not 6 sheets. It's 3. Looks like it's 3 sheets of, unless I used some already, I could have. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like 4 patterns, 3 each of 4 patterns, 12 sheets total. So that's the product of the month too. And like I said, I'm not sure if we still have that. Wanted to show, this is our new catalog. Now I can't remember if we are allowed to show the inside until it goes live. It goes live on Tuesday. Let me get the date. May 5th. So I don't think historically we've never been able to show the inside of the catalog, so I don't want to get in trouble with Stampin' Up, so we're not going to show it. But there you go, right there. That's a new one. It's only 87 pages long. We have a new catalog program. So every 4 months we'll get a new catalog. This catalog runs through August 5th. All right, and then my other catalog or other haul is envelopes. I should show you my envelope drawer. I have 1 drawer of envelopes because these are going up by several dollars on Tuesday. So if they're still in stock, if you can order them and you use our envelopes, you want to add a couple to your order. And you can order at my online store at sjsinks.stampinup.net. There's also a link to my online ordering store at my blog at superawesomestamper.com. All right. Linda said yes only once, but I don't know what, Linda, you were referring to. And let's see here. Any other questions that I can address? I am also losing my voice because I've done so much talking this past few days. Let's see, I still have kits available on my blog, so we're going to do that next. We're going to do a little blog tour. And hang on a second. I'm going to take the camera off my stand because I don't know how to do that. I don't have switching software, so I can't take you from my iPad or whatever. I just use my phone. So I'm going to try to get my phone off my stand. There we go. I'm going to cover the camera up so that you don't get dizzy, but I want to show you some things on the web. Oh, hang on. First, I want to show you the PDF tutorial. So I mentioned that all of your card kits in the mail, call them kits in the mail, the things that I do with the Facebook, one of a kind Facebook group. You'll get this emailed PDF tutorial. So features all of these designers or demonstrators across the globe. And I just wanted to show you, in case you've never received or purchased a kit from me, your kit includes a PDF tutorial that I email you. We've got the sample photo, we've got measurements, and then we have the tutorial with verbiage. So step by step with photos to guide you through what you need to do. So if you're a visual learner, the photos are there. If you need some words to describe what's in the photos, that's there as well. And then, see, she did a nice job of showing what I described on her video. And then, yep, the last steps. And then here is where the 19 different samples are featured. So that's Sharni, she did, and that's the one featured in this. And then there's mine, the one that we did today. And then it just scrolls along. Demonstrators across the globe that I know, we collaborate and create this PDF. So they show you in this technique using their supplies. And it's a great resource because it gets you thinking about, oh, I don't have that pattern paper, but I have something similar and I really like how that looks. So just wanted to showcase that. I'm going to close that out. Now I'm going to go over to my screen here. And I'm going to show you my website. So I do have kits available for order if you'd still like to order kits. Super awesome. Stamper.com is my website. And it's up on the first post on my website. Oh, let's see. Over here, the annual catalog will be changed to the new one when we get that up. I do feature bundle bonus every month. So we feature a couple of bundles a month. And again, demonstrators collaborate across the globe. They add their samples to that tutorial. And if you order the bundle for me, I just kind of keep a running note. If you order the bundle for me, I'll email you that tutorial. So we do something special in November. We don't have it up yet, but yeah. There's the kits in the mail icon that you can click on to order the kits. If you'd like to join my team, you click on Be a Happy Stamper, be a demonstrator and be a happy stamper. If you want to shop, there's the Shop Now button. And then scroll on down. I also do pretty paper projects. Inspiring pretty paper projects is what we call it. And if you do place an order through my online store, you get that PDF for free. So that's a little thank you for using my online store. And those change each month, same as kits in the mail. We also do something called Simple Specialty Samples. So that changes each month as well. And actually the flip triangle was one of the featured ones a month or two ago. This month, last month, I can't remember. My mind is going really weird. I do sell baked goods once a month usually, and at my garage sale, and I do sell honey because I mentioned I was a honey beekeeper. All right, the other thing I wanted to point out was that I do have a YouTube channel. So my handle everywhere on social media is Super Awesome Shirley. And Super Awesome Stamper Shirley is the handle that I use. And I have, I looked, 477 videos. So I've had this channel for quite a number of years. I'm going to say probably at least 10. I've got 959 subscribers. If I could get everybody to go and subscribe today, maybe I'll hit over 1,000 and that'd be awesome. But down here you will see, here's where I announce the kits. And if I do any other additional Facebook Lives, I'll post them up here because now Facebook is removing our lives, after, I can't remember if it's 90 days or 30 days. So now when I do a Facebook Live, I try to download and post it here because otherwise it's gone after Facebook removes it. All right. Product of the month is one per person, Susan says. Yes. Thank you for clarifying that. Yes. And if you try to order another one, it's computerized. They're going to know that you already ordered one through that online account. So, all right. So now I'm going to take you up to the garage and show you the retired product sale. I'm going to cover my phone camera so you don't get dizzy while I walk up. Maybe I'll do a little, no, I'm not, I was going to do a tour of my stamp room, but it's just a total disaster. So we're not going to do that. I'm just going to cover my phone up and try not to end the live. But let's just get something here to cover it up while I'm walking up here. Hang on a second. So, and it went black because I set my phone down so I could open up the door. All right, in my garage, we have the retired product sale. I just had it the past 3 days. If you want any stamps from me, like I said, I'll post them in my private Facebook group. But we've got these prices going now, $18 for bundles. Wood sets are going to be heavy to ship. Hopefully you're local to me. I live in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. We can figure out a pickup on Sunday, tomorrow. That would be awesome. We are moving these to another location tomorrow because they can't stay in my garage. And they're going to be at the DeForest sale as well. So wood sets are 2 for $150. We've got a few die sets. I marked them as 5. We do have an alphabet set here. It's the Biggs alphabets, and typeset is the one. But I marked those at 5. A couple people took some, but I couldn't get more people to take them, the people that purchased those. We've got a couple of embossing powders left. We've got some assorted paper piercing matte bundles. If you missed that years ago when we had that, we got that. New mats. We got some felt. We have the Build a Banner boxes and the add-on. It's just called an add-on, but I can show you what that looks like because I have one up. Gift box punch board and some sets. Logos, if you're local to me and a Stampin' Up demonstrator want a logo. So what I'm going to do after this live is what I'm going to come and turn the spines over and take photos and post them in my group so you can shop that way. Post them in my super awesome Stampers group. So search for that group if you want to be added to see what's all available. The clear cases, the stamps without framelits or punches are 3 for $10 right now. These are all Christmas. We've got some Halloween. Oh, and the ribbon is $3 a ribbon. $3 a spool. Surprisingly, even though I know I had a lot of demonstrators coming through, not a lot of ribbons sold. A fair amount did, but I thought there would be more. I did have a bake sale. Here's my bake sale and my honey. See my honey there. So bake sale usually goes pretty well. Usually sell out of the molasses, but I think I made 2 batches this time, but that's fine. Actually, I donate everything that's left over to the men's community here in Porchlight. All right, here's more all occasion sets. Only if you're local to me will you be shopping the paper. Here's all the paper that was left. And here I can show you the banner. Here's what this banner looks like. So if you missed the banner stuff years ago, there's probably a stencil or 2 in there because I think I kept my banner sets and there was 2 of them and I have 2 stencils. So that's what that would look like if you attached it all together. I'm going to walk real quick because I think I failed to show you the kits. This is what we have left for the kits. There's the witch kit in there, some tag kits. We got there some paper pumpkins. I'm going to cover this again so I don't make you dizzy. If you are local to me, we have a few catalogs left that are free. And then perpetual calendars. So this is our original version. And there's probably, she separated out some of the supplies. So if you're local to me, we can pick through those supplies and get you a perpetual calendar. I actually like this version versus the newer one that we have now. All right, now I'm going to cover it up. So we're going to go back to my stamp room. And again, I am in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. So if you want to shop locally, shoot me a message, but shoot me a message on my personal Facebook account because I won't be monitoring that business account. It's difficult to find your messages with that, but with the personal account, I'll get a notification right away if you message me. So my personal account is Shirley Merker on Facebook. All right, so I'm back. We have 10 minutes left. What can we discuss here? Let me put you back on the... How about I make the other card? I don't know, does anybody have any questions now that I'm back on the computer and can... Questions about the retired sale? So I mentioned the stuff is getting picked up tomorrow. It's actually not my stuff. Most of it is not my stuff, I should say that. My downline passed away, sadly, and her daughter doesn't know much of this. She'll do the kits, but so I let Pam, her daughter, and her husband know that I could help them rehome, and I'm certainly grateful for everybody who shopped in person and online before the sale, because it'll just ease the burden of them figuring out what to do with all the supplies. And I'm happy that they went out to people who are going to use them and love them again. So, yep. And let's see. Let's do another card as long as I'm here, because I had in my kit this one already cut. So, all I need to do is cut this again. And I'm going to check my feed. Again, I showed you my YouTube channel, so if you don't subscribe already, if you could hop on over there and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Do you make recipe scrapbooks since you're a baker? No, I have not. I do have some of my favorite recipes scrapbooked, though. So, I don't know. Yeah, that's something. I haven't scrapbooked in quite a while because of the digital photos. I actually got burnt out of scrapbooking because I did most of the photos my parents had, not growing up, but most of the photos of the parents had physical copies I've scrapbooked. And then I did a ton of my digital studio scrapbooking before we got rid of that, before we stopped having that. And I got burnt out when I did so much of that online. What happened was Dad and I scanned the slides into this little contraption, and then I scrapbooked the slides. So that was stuff of Mom and Dad before they got married, and stuff of my early childhood that I scrapbooked. And that was a fun project, but after that I was done. And now after that we had digital photos. So let's see, part of the month, Sue's told me it was once a month. And all right, so I'm back here. Again, if you want to shop that retired sale, oops, see, I'm not doing this right. You'll have to be in that my Super Awesome Stampers Facebook group. So just send me a request, find it, and send me a request to join it. And I hope to get those photos taken. I'm going to take photos while I kind of pack up for transport. They're just going to the next town over, so we don't have to really do anything with the box flaps, and so it'll be much easier for her to set up at her sale in DeForest when they have the citywide over there. And if you shop my sale and didn't come back, maybe make a point to go to Pam's, because I did reduce all the prices last night, and I'm going to recommend that she keeps those prices. So you'll get, there's still a ton out there. We rehomed a lot, but there's still a ton out there. Okay. Okay, we're going to fold that down. And okay, the new catalog starts on Tuesday, May 5th. And see this hanging over just a tiny bit. What else can I tell you? All right. Misty said, can't wait to see what we have for us this month. Well, with this rummage sale, I'm going to just drop on Monday. I don't think I'm doing anything. I need to be inspired. I just got the new catalog, so I need to look through that. and see what I can figure out. But you know what? I think now that I see what all this is, and I do like to include die cuts because it's one way to use the die cuts rather than me just using them a few times for samples. I think we'll do something with the scallops in the next Kits in the Mail version. All right, so we got that strip, and it's gonna go there. It's gonna go there. We have to, oh, you know what? So I wonder, I didn't explain this. So here's a good last tidbit in our last 5 minutes. Direction does matter, because guess what? You're gonna lay out your directional and decide you don't want upside down hearts, right? I wouldn't want upside down hearts on the front of my card. So this way it's got to have the spoons up and the hearts on either end, like that. Okay, so good last tidbit. Another thing is, if you purchase the kits in the mail, you'll get that emailed PDF tutorial of the technique, but sometimes I include one of those bonus tutorials from Simple Specialty Samples or the Inspiring Pretty Paper Projects. Now that Inspiring Pretty Paper Projects is a pretty nice reward because we've got, I think 16 demonstrators in that one, and they all submit a generic sample. When I onboard new demonstrators to that group, I just say it's a generic card swap. So it's a card front using whatever supplies they have in hand. So it's a wide variety of samples, and it's an emailed PDF format, so really easy for me to deliver to you. And I sometimes bonus you one of those, especially if there's a delay in me getting you the YouTube video link, or I take a moment to get some orders for kits before I make the kits, because assembly line is always easier than making one kit only. Okay, and then we're going to do the fence thing because my brain is frazzled right now, and I probably would put glue everywhere because, on the cards that you have to put glue just some spaces, you just automatically fill up here and then go, oh, shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Take that away and then lay it on top of the score line. And just like that. And I don't have a piece of, oh, I think I do have a piece of the white. So right below my video station is my Kits of the Month drawer. And I do have this right here. Like that. That switch, did that shift on me? I think that's an optical illusion. All right, any last minute questions? So, Serenity Fair washi tape, who is coming up next, right? Yes. They are coming up just in 2 minutes. Asked, do I ever make scrapbook recipes? I do have a few favorite recipes scrapbooked, but I have been developing recipes for the past few years, honing my own s'mores and Biscoff chocolate chip. The espresso chocolate chip sold really well at my garage sale, and I really like that one as well. Yeah, molasses is always a big seller. My oatmeal cream pies will sell out. So yeah, I love to bake. And I'm thinking of getting an in-car-room mixer. So if anybody has one of those already, an in-car-room mixer is a round bowl that spins, and it has a beater or a scraper and a roller on one side. So you can add ingredients over the bowl. Like with the KitchenAid, you got to stop the bowl and scrape it down. I know you have the protectors you can put on KitchenAid, but I've never done that. That was just more hassle than another thing to wash. So anyway, yeah, if you got an ink room, add a comment and let me know your experience with that kind of mixer. All right, I think I'm going to sign off. So that's Serenity Fairs washi tape can jump on. And I forgot to thank one-of-a-kind office staff that I had asked to take the last slot of the day so I could rest and recoup and shut my garage sale down, and they swapped me at the last minute. So that is awesome that they did that. Thank you for doing that. And I am going to sign off, and we'll stamp with you soon. Bye.